Ooh, it's hot.
There it
The mic,
is.
the mic is hot.
Okay, so I think that ended it. Everything sound okay now?
I think so. Let me just make
All
sure.
right, all
Oh, you
right.
know what? It might be, we can't keep it too high.
It's too hot, too hot.
It's too hot up in here. That's how you know it's going to be crazy.
Exactly. We are so excited. Listen, I need to do my intro though. I got to do my intro. Let me make sure that we have some people in the building and everybody can hear us because I was having a little connection issue. I need to make sure we're good.
Yes.
So, out there in the audience, let me know, my innate creatives, if you all can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. And then also, we need to get this thing shared. We definitely want to share from my Facebook. You can share it, it's public. You can share it to your Facebook. You can share it to any of your friends in your messages. I think we have a special download that you all are going to get if you get enough shares. So I'm going to say, let's get 25 shares tonight. And if we can get 25 shares tonight, then I think we can do.
That's a good number. I think that's a good
Yeah, I
solid
think
number.
that's pretty good. I think it's pretty good, pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll let it pick up just a little bit. I'm actually going to share it right now from my Facebook page, and then I
Okay,
will
cool.
give you all this link. Copy
And just to
it.
let y'all know, the download that she's talking about is actually a blueprint to get started with running Facebook ads and Instagram ads the right way, right? Because one thing I'll tell you is there's a lot of people out here running ads, but they're not running them the right way. And, they're losing a bunch of money, wasting a bunch of time, not getting results. And it's just not a good look, right?
No, it's not at all. And as a matter of fact, I haven't even started doing the Facebook ads yet because I need guidance on that part. Like, I'm the one that's willing to admit when, when I'm great at something and then when I'm still learning something, because I'm going to be great at it as long as I'm willing to learn it. But this is why we wanted to make sure that we bring you great information and great resources. Like, as a matter of fact, I would love for you to just give us a rundown of who you are, what you do, so that the people know what is worth sharing tonight.
100%. Yeah. And I think that's fair. And I actually have some slides. If you want, I could just, pull up, because I have some things that I'm going to share, like, about my company and stuff like that. And we're going to go deep into some Facebook ads. And by the way, everybody in here right now that's listening, even on the replays, comment below, like, some fire emojis in the chat if you guys are ready to learn some Facebook ad knowledge and ready to start, like, using Facebook ads to take your business to the next level. Because what we've realized, man, is, like, I know it's late, but we've realized that, high income earners have high energy, right? So we want to have high energy up in here. I know it's late, but I want to see some fire emojis in the chat, because I'm going to let y'all know a little something about me. Like, the more energy that I get, the more information I tend to give, right? So it's actually in your best interest to go crazy in the comments right now, right?
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
go.
Okay, cool. I see him coming in.
So and you know what? There's a little bit like a 15-second delay on Facebook as well. I mean, on YouTube.
Yeah. And that's totally cool. Should I go ahead and can I present?
Absolutely. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink. Can you share your screen? Will it let you do it?
Absolutely. I think so.
Okay.
I think it's going to be nice.
I think all I have to do is just reduce my video and it'll make your screen bigger. I know they can't wait for this. They've been bugging me about this information. I've been wanting this information too. So I'm excited.
So let's see. All right. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen right here. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add it now. Boom. There it is.
There it is. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and make this thing widescreen. All right. Can you see the whole screen?
Yes, we can see the whole screen.
Okay, cool. All right. So guys, we're going to get into some really, really powerful information about Facebook ads. And I've labeled this presentation, the 3 most important skills that you need to do to make money with Facebook ads. Originally, I was going to call it, the 3 most important skills to master Facebook ads. But what I realized is that, honestly, business owners are super, super busy. And not everybody really necessarily wants to master Facebook ads. They want to make money with Facebook ads, right? That's what we're all here for. And what I've also realized, after training literally thousands and thousands of businesses, is that you actually don't need to master Facebook ads in order to make money with it, right? If you can conquer and master these 3 things that I'm going to tell you right now, you can make money with Facebook and you can scale your business to literally infinite heights, and you don't have to be a master of Facebook, right? So I think that's kind of reassuring for a lot of people who don't necessarily want to become Facebook ad masters. They want to run their business. They got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I mean? So so that's what we labeled this here tonight. Just to let you guys know, first of all, I think Shannon laid it out perfectly. I'm on here talking about Facebook ads, but why should you guys even listen to me at all? Right. So let's see, we can go into this slide right here. So my name is Stephen Blackburn. I'm actually the co-founder of a company called Rich from Anywhere. We used to be called Vamp Live Marketing, but essentially we are a digital marketing mentorship company. So we empower people and we teach people how to actually run ads and use digital marketing to, streamline their business, make more sales. And we've been doing this for years and years and years. You can kind of see us speaking on a bunch of different stages, and we've held masterminds all over the country. And actually at this point right now, we have clients and students in about 17 or 18 different countries. So, and you guys can feel free to go to richfromanywhere.com. I'll pull up some like reviews right here. Like we've really worked with like thousands of e-commerce businesses, but also like service-based businesses as well. Real estate agents, like coaches, consultants. I have so many reviews. I can't even fit them all on this page, but y'all can feel free to go do some research on us and check us out. But the one thing I want to point out, because Shannon, you said something earlier that kind of made me think of this, is like we've been doing this for almost 10 years now. So we've had a lot of success, and it kind of seems like from the outside looking in, it kind of seems like we just got it all figured out and it's been great the whole time. But I'm telling you right now, guys, listen, it did not start this way. Okay. Like I'll tell y'all a quick story about when we first got it started with our first e-commerce business, dude. It was a nightmare. We actually went on YouTube and we started running like Facebook ads to our e-commerce store, just watching stuff on YouTube. And we ended up spending about $5,000 on Facebook ads, and we didn't even make one sale.
Woo, baby, that's some tuition right there you paid. Come on.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was an actual nightmare. Like it was terrible. And we were broke at the time too. So $5,000, that was like almost everything we had, right? So we spent $5,000 on this on ads, didn't make any money. And it was over a course of like 3 or 4 months too. So we also ended up wasting a bunch of time, which is actually even more valuable than money.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So then we were like, all right, look, screw it. I don't know what I'm doing. So let me go and find somebody who actually does know what they're doing. So we ended up hiring a mentor, spent even more than that on the mentor, put ourselves in whole. Like, we put it on a credit card and we just got the information, right? Because I was sure, like, I just need the right information. So we ended up getting trained, and this guy came in, he told us what to do with our ads. I'll never forget this, because he told us a strategy to use, and we went home and literally implemented it that night. Okay. Launched the ads. And when I woke up in the morning, I was already making sales by the time I woke up in the morning.
Wow.
Okay. Literally within like 8 or 9 hours from launching the ad, we were already making sales. Okay. And it was only like a few sales. Like I wasn't rich or anything. Right. But it was the point of what I discovered at that point was that I've heard my whole life that, and you guys might've heard this too. Type yes in the chat if you guys have ever heard when you were growing up, like it just takes a lot of time to become successful, right? It just takes time. You know what I'm saying? You got to grind at this. It's just a part of the process. It takes a lot of time, right? But what I discovered that like after this situation is like, I realized that it has nothing to do with time. It has everything to do with your strategy, right? Because we had literally just spent 3-4 months banging our faces against a laptop trying to figure out how to make sales, and spent $5,000 that we didn't make nothing, right? And then here comes this mentor that comes in and just teaches us one strategy. We implement it, and we ended up getting sales within 8 or 9 hours. Okay. So at that point, like my paradigm of my mindset was completely changed, right? So we ended up just rinsing and repeating, because that's what you do when you find something that works. Don't switch it up, like rinse and repeat, just keep going. Right. So we ended up doing that. We ended up making about $250,000 in sales in about 7 months. Right. Woo! After that.
Let's go. We got to clap it up for that.
Hey, what's up? I appreciate that, man. Yeah. So it was a big deal for us at the time.
That's phenomenal.
It was a big deal for us at the time, because we were broke music artists, like, we were just trying to figure out how to make money to like fund our career. Like that was literally why we even got started with e-commerce in the first place. It was literally just a side gig to fund our music career. And then we ended up finding out that we were really good at it, and it kind of, took us on a whole nother path.
Mhm.
But we actually ended up selling that store too. So the brand became pretty successful, and we actually ended up getting acquired as well, which I don't know if you guys all know this, but if you're on Shopify, really with any e-commerce,
Mhm.
there's an exit strategy, right? You
Mm.
can actually not only make money while you're while you're building your store and actually in it, but you can actually get acquired. And people will come in and buy your whole entire brand
Right.
at a multiple. So that's actually what we ended up doing. So
That
anyway, long story short, man, like I
Ooh,
want y'all to write that down. If you guys are taking notes tonight, I want y'all to write down the fact that it has nothing to do with time. It has everything to do with your strategy. Okay.
that is
Because there's so many people who come to me that have been in business for years and years and years and are still
mhm,
struggling to make sales.
mhm.
And we'll bring them into our mentorship program, switch things up, and they're making sales within days and sometimes hitting their goals within months. Right.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's kind of like our backstory. But now at this point, right, we've now scaled, I mean, countless amounts of e-commerce businesses. We work with e-commerce and coaches that do 50,000 a month. We have some clients that do 150,000 a month. We even have a handful of clients that do around $400,000 and $450,000 a month in sales, right?
Yes.
And I'm literally working with a client like 2 days ago that's doing 4.5 million per year on Shopify running Facebook ads, right?
Look at that.
So I know a thing or two about what it takes to kind of scale this stuff. So I
Mhm,
just really wanted to say that, not to brag, but just to let y'all know, okay, just listen, right? Because this
mhm.
stuff that I'm going to share with you right now is extremely powerful if you take action on it. Okay. Whoops, let me go ahead and do that again. All right, cool. And I don't have anything pulled up, so if there's any comments or any questions or whatever, just let me know.
Okay,
Okay.
will do, will do.
So let's get into training, guys. I don't like to mess around too much, right? These are the three things. Okay, I've literally spent millions and millions of dollars on Facebook ads. Okay, and what I've realized is that if you can just really get good at these three things, when it comes to Facebook ads, you can take your ads to the moon. Okay, you can sell products, and just for those of y'all who are kind of on the fence about Facebook ads, and maybe you're even like wondering to yourself, like, why are we talking about Facebook ads?
Mhm.
Dude, you guys got to realize that Facebook, like there are, and you guys can Google this, there are like 3 billion active users on Facebook and Instagram. Okay. I said 3 billion with a B. Okay.
Mm.
Like there are so many people, and these are active users, people who are online spending money, right? There are so many people on Facebook that would probably love your products if they had the opportunity to actually see them, right? So literally, like there's an endless ocean of people that you can go out there and market to, and it's all over the world, and it's just crazy. And the other reason why Facebook, and I'll wait for that. I'm gonna get to that here in a second, but just know that Facebook and Instagram ads are like a gold mine, and if y'all aren't using them to run your business, to scale your business, you're sleeping, right? Super sleep. You need to wake up, all right, because it's crazy. So let's get into the first thing. Okay, the first thing, y'all should be taking notes on this stuff. The first thing that y'all need to do and get really, really good at is collecting your data. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but data is now the most valuable resource in the world. It has surpassed oil. Okay. It is the most powerful resource in the world. Like literally, political campaigns have been shifted because of Facebook ads. I don't know if you guys know this. There's literally political campaigns. Like, I forget the name of the Netflix documentary. There's like a little documentary on it where like there was like I think it was Trump actually.
Mm.
Whole Facebook political campaigns that were shifted because of like Facebook ads. So trust me when I say that they're very, very powerful. Okay. Now the first thing that you want to do now when you're collecting your data, the first thing that you guys are going to need to do is install your Facebook pixel. Okay. Man, I really wish I could see. Let me see if I can like X out. I want to see like the comments and stuff here on YouTube.
Does it show you the comments? Because it's on YouTube and Facebook. So some of the comments are on Facebook, some of the comments are on YouTube.
Okay, got you. Because I want to kind of see and engage with y'all a little bit. But I'm not
And
sure if
you
it's
if
gonna let
you
me.
ask some questions, it'll take like a 15-second delay, but I can
Okay,
tell
cool.
you what it says on the screen.
Okay, cool. Well, really, I want to know like who knows what a Facebook pixel is, right? Um, and like because if you don't know what a Facebook pixel is, I got to tell you real quick, right? The Facebook pixel, okay, just to let you guys know what this is. The Facebook pixel is like a little piece of code that you put on your website, okay? And when you put it on your website, what this pixel does is it just sits there and it just collects all the activity. It just tracks all the activity on your website. All right. So for instance, when people are going to your website and they're looking at products or they're adding things to cart or they're purchasing things, right? That pixel is just sitting there collecting all of that data. Okay. Now, you have got to get your pixel installed on your website. Okay. And I'll even like go to the next slide for this. It's that important. Well, I will say no pixel, no profits, guys. This is something that we kind of like, we say in our mentorship program because it's the truth. I truly believe if you're trying to run Facebook ads and you don't have a pixel installed on your website, it will not work for you, period. Okay. So you've got to, it's not even up for debate. Okay. So you got to get your pixel installed on your website. Now, let me explain to you why it's so important to get your pixel on your website. What happens is when your pixel is on your website and it's collecting all that data, what it does is it takes that data and then sends it back over to Facebook. Okay. And now think about like you're running Facebook ads. Now you can actually see which ads are actually making you sales and which ads are wasting your money pretty much. So I want you to think about the pixel is almost kind of like the way that like your website and Facebook communicates with each other. Okay. And if there's no pixel on your website, there's no communication between your website and Facebook. So you literally have no idea which ads are working, which ads are wasting your money. And you're just like, just out here, just throwing, you know what, against the wall. And that usually don't stick. You know what I'm saying? Shannon, have you ever heard of a pixel before?
I have heard of a pixel. I played with one before, but I couldn't tell you now what I would even do with it to reinstall it on my new website.
Yeah. It's super, super important, man. You know, it's just sitting there and it's easy to do. Honestly, it's not difficult to do. It honestly would take like a couple minutes to do, but there's so many people that I mean, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating when I say some of my students who come into our mentorship program, they're already doing $60,000, $70,000 a month in sales. And I'll go to their website and there's no pixel. They're not.
That would be me as one of your students. So I'm thinking I might need to be in your program.
Dude, you're welcome anytime, right? Like this is such a powerful thing because like when you're doing that amount of money and you're not collecting any data, like dude, you're just shooting yourself in the foot and you're really just making life harder on yourself, right? So anyway, guys, if you don't take anything from this segment right here, take no pixel, no profits. Don't even run ads at all if you don't have a pixel installed because you literally won't know which ads are working and which ones aren't, right? There's no way for you to know. Okay. So that's the first thing you need to do to collect your data. And I want to let everybody know right here that you guys, I don't even know if you guys know this or not, but you guys are literally sitting on a gold mine right now. Okay. Like type in the comments right now if you guys have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. Like type yes in the chat if you guys do, or type no in the chat if you don't. Okay. But I'm pretty sure everybody, you know, your community, their bosses, like they got Facebook pages and Instagram pages, right?
Right.
Now, here's one that a lot of people don't know. We just talked about the Facebook pixel, right? And you need to put it on your website so it can collect data and you can do all this cool stuff with it, right? But did you know that the Facebook pixel is actually natively integrated on your Facebook page and your Instagram page already? Okay. And this is extremely powerful, especially for my people out sitting there like, oh man, I don't got a pixel on my site. Like, I don't know how to do that. Like I've been missing out on all this data. Well, the fact is that the Facebook pixel, like I said, is natively integrated, meaning it's already like as soon as you started your Facebook page, the pixel was natively integrated there already. So what that means is you've been collecting data the whole entire time.
Wow.
Right? Which is crazy powerful. So what do I mean by that? Let me get more like specific, right? What I mean by that is when people are engaging with your page at all, like when they're liking your videos, when they're commenting, when they're messaging you, literally anything on your Facebook or your IG, that pixel has been sitting there collecting all that data. Okay. And that data is, and this is the good part, that data is literally sitting in your ad account, in your business, in your Facebook account right now, collecting dust, just sitting there, like waiting somebody to take it and turn it into gold. Right. And this is the reason why I'm able to take my students from such a like from where they are to such high places so quickly, because so many people don't even realize that they have this data, right?
Mhm.
Like for instance, I have a couple named Candy and Sean who came to me, and they were doing like about $5,000 a month in sales, 4,000, $5,000 a month in sales. And they had all this data that was sitting in their account. They had no idea that it was even there. So they came in. All I did was literally show them where the data was and how to use it, and they shot off like a lightning bolt, dude. That we ended
Yeah.
up taking them to about $40,000 a month in sales, and it took about 4 months to get there.
Let's go.
Like, and I got like so many of these stories of people who are just like sitting, and they're just like banging their head against the wall trying to figure out Facebook ads, and it's like, dude, you just got to learn where the data is and how to use it. And,
Right.
and the beautiful thing about like learning things is like, dude, once you learn it, like you can't unlearn it. Right. Like you got that knowledge forever. So don't be afraid to go out there and get the information, because once you get it, boom, you turn it into $1 million. Easy. All right. So that's the first thing that you have to do. It's like the foundation. You have to learn how to collect your data properly. Okay. And that's it. That's the first step. The second step that you guys need to do is you need to understand your data. Okay. Once you've collected data, now you got all this data in your back into Facebook and your ad account and all this stuff. And you've got to start understanding what it's trying to tell you. And the way that we like to explain this is we like to explain it like data is a language. Okay. Yeah. This is extremely powerful. And dude, I don't see enough people talking about this. And I think the reason why is because it's not very sexy to talk about. Like people don't talk about data because it's not like a sexy thing to talk about. Right. But it's like the most important thing ever. Because let me break this down and why it's so important. Okay. Let me give you guys a scenario. Let's say you guys are running Facebook ads. You have your pixel installed. So all this data is coming back into your ads manager, right? And you're running these ads, and then you're like, okay, cool. It's been a couple of days. I want to go back there and I want to look at how my ad is doing. Okay. Well, what happens is all these numbers start popping up inside of your Facebook ad account, right? All these numbers, and these numbers are literally a language. And this language is trying to tell you exactly what's working and exactly what's not working. But if you don't understand what this data is trying to tell you, dude, you don't know what the heck you're doing. You just go in there and you're just looking at you like it's like a foreign language, right? Like you don't know what you're like comment below if you guys kind of feel that, like when you're going in, to your ad account, do you guys understand your data, or does it kind of look like a complete foreign language? Right? Just kind of curious as to who I'm talking to tonight. But
I'll let you know. I know for myself, I don't truly understand it. And I get things pretty easily, but that's one of the things, like if I don't understand the basis of the data, then I don't understand how to interpret it. Right.
Yeah. No, that's exactly right, man. And honestly, like the data is a language. And I think when you start to look at it that way, it changes the way that you kind of look at the data too, because now you start looking at it like it's like the data is telling you a story, right? It's telling you, hey, if this particular metric is not hitting its benchmark, then that means that this is the problem. And you need to fix this part of your ad, right? Or if this metric right here is not hitting its benchmark, then that means you need to fix this part of your campaign, right? Mm-hmm. And what I love about looking at data like that is because now all of a sudden it takes you away from like making emotional decisions with your ads and with your business, and it leads you to make decisions based off of data. Right. By the way, y'all should write that down too. Never make decisions for your business based off of your opinion or your emotions. Always use data-driven decisions, right? And that's the reason why we've been able to have so much success with our own businesses and for everybody else that we're working with too, is because of this one simple philosophy that I carry with me, and that is like the one thing that I know is that I don't know anything at all. Right? Like I don't know anything. I'm not going to ever let my opinion or my emotion guide me to make decisions with my ads. Because isn't it funny how, like, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but like you'll put together this video and you'll be like, oh my God, this video is so amazing. It's so great. I love the colors. I love the way that I look. My hair is falling just right. My makeup looks great. And then you run ads to it and it just completely is a dud. Yeah. Right. And it does nothing. Or even like when you're posting it on social media, like even just posting organically. You ever posted something that you thought was amazing and then the marketplace told you that it was nothing?
Right.
And then it's funny because like sometimes you'll post those one video that you didn't even think about at all. Like it was just like completely random and it was just like whatever. And that's the one that ends up taking off.
Yep. That's how it goes.
That's how it goes, man. And that's proof right there that, dude, you don't know what's going to work. You have no idea what's going to work. So just run it and let the data tell you where to actually scale up on. Like let the data tell you what to pause and what to scale. Because if you do it that way, you can't lose. Like you can't lose. But if you do it with your emotion, man, you know, good luck. So and the reason why this is so powerful is because when you start to learn how to read your data properly, it takes you from, this is what we call it. We takes you from winging it to cha-chinging it. Right.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, like just in case y'all haven't got on the Shopify bandwagon, but like when you make sales on Shopify, it's like cha-ching, right? Like,
and the good thing is when you have to turn off the cha-chings to get some sleep, like that's a great thing.
Yo, that's so true. Like when we were first scaling our first e-commerce business, I literally had to turn my notifications off because like it would drain my battery.
Yes.
Like on my phone, and my phone would die super quick because it was just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. But I'm telling you, right, that's the most exciting thing ever, isn't it? Like,
yeah, that's like, a good problem to have. And and just to let you know that we have quite a few people that feel like it's a foreign language. They don't even know where to look, don't even know how to interpret it. So this is definitely, if y'all are getting value tonight, go ahead and drop some fires, drop some gems, throw some flowers. Let us know that this is valuable. Let us know if this is content that you want to see and that you appreciate.
Yeah, for real. And share it as well. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who need this, you know. But the whole idea is because what I've realized is that a lot of people who come into our mentorship program or work anything, they feel very, very overwhelmed when it comes to marketing, when it comes to Facebook ads. Like type 1 in the chat if you guys feel overwhelmed when it comes to this stuff, you know. And what happens is overwhelming, like that feeling. And actually, if you look up the definition of the word overwhelm, it's kind of interesting. The definition of the word overwhelm means to be buried beneath a large mass. So when you think about that, it's like, okay, I'm overwhelmed by this thing and I got this large mass above me and I feel it up there, right? Right. And in your instance, in this particular situation, that large mass is your lack of knowledge when it comes to how to actually run this stuff properly, right? So the reason why you feel overwhelmed is because you got this big old lack of knowledge, like mass above you, and it's like weighing you down and it makes you feel overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
So what you need to do is you need to get rid of that huge mass above you, right? And you got to get rid of that lack of knowledge. How do you get rid of lack of knowledge? Education, right? Empowering yourself. Yeah. Because I'm telling you right now, when you're able to do that, dude, now all of a sudden that overwhelming feeling, it gets replaced with clarity. It gets replaced with confidence. Right. And don't you guys feel like if you're overwhelmed by something, that makes you not even want to do it at all? Right? It makes you like, I don't want to do that. And then when you don't market, you don't get traffic. And when you don't get traffic, you don't make sales. And when you don't make sales, like you start feeling like you're not worthy and you start going and spinning down that spiral, right? And then you go back and you're like working at Walmart, like, or like, you know what I mean? Shout out to all my Walmart, workers, but I'm just saying, right? A lot of y'all don't want to work 9-to-5 jobs. A lot of y'all want to be your own bosses, right? Yeah. But you got to do the work in order to get there. So, but if you feel overwhelmed, you're way less likely to actually do the thing. But if you're confident with this, if you got clarity, if you got a plan, that makes you want to do the thing, right? And when you do the thing, when you start marketing yourself more, you're going to get more traffic. And when you start getting more traffic, just law of averages said you're going to make more sales. When you make more sales, you make more money. When you start making money in your business, you start getting more confidence, right? And your energy changes, right? And I don't know if I got any law of attraction followers in here, right? But like, if you guys if you start leveling up your energy, like literally everything just starts coming to you even faster, like the floodgates open. You've noticed this, Sharon. I know that you've noticed.
Like the momentum, just like that could be everything sometimes.
The momentum, man, but you got to get going. But anyway, so that's what I realized is like, it's so important to educate yourself, because if not, you're literally just going in there and winging it. So not only are you going to waste a bunch of time and waste a bunch of money, but you're just going to feel like you're just like spinning your wheels, and it's just a terrible feeling, right? And this is the other thing I want to tell everybody right now. Like, this is without a doubt, guys, this stuff is not rocket science. Okay.
That's what we need to hear. That it's not rocket science.
Dude, I know, man. I know when you're looking at these words, you're like, data, like what? Like, I'm telling you right now, this stuff is not rocket science at all. Okay. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, like, I'm on here speaking and teaching y'all right now, but I don't want y'all to feel like I'm any better or any smarter than you. Like, I am like, I don't consider myself even smart at all. Right. I'm like super average. Okay. I think the only thing that kind of separates me and my company from like other people who haven't had the success that I've had is literally because I just took action faster than they did. I started jumping into mentorship programs and learning and educating myself about this subject faster and earlier than they did.
Right.
That's literally it. Right. But I'm telling y'all right now, this stuff is not rocket science. Okay. You just need the right person to sit down and explain it to you. Okay. And if you can have someone sit down and explain it to you, like, okay, look, this is step 2, step 3. And y'all can trace the steps. All right. So if y'all can trace steps, trust me when I say you guys can kill it with Facebook ads. Okay. I've literally had people like, and this is nothing against older people, right? But like, I've had like, but older people typically, they don't come from this world. Right. So they're just in a different mindset. But I literally have people in their mid 60s in my mentorship program. Right. People that are in their mid 60s that some of these ladies don't even know, like, bless their heart. Right. They're sweet ladies, but some of them don't even know how to turn a computer on. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, super not tech savvy at all. And when they're going through our program, by the end of the program, dude, they're literally running ads, profitable ads by themselves. And it's absolutely incredible, right? So I just want to say that to be reassuring for those of y'all who maybe feel like you're not very tech savvy and you can't pick up on this stuff, or it's like it's above you. Dude, no, it's not, right? Like, give yourself some credit. Trust me. If you're on YouTube right now, like, you already got enough tech savviness, right? You're in the building. You just need someone to explain it to you the right way.
Right.
Okay. So that's the second thing you have to do, is understand your data. So the first thing is collect the data. Okay. The second thing you have to do is you have to understand data that you're actually collecting. Okay. And once you start understanding the data, you're going to start getting results. Like, by this time, you're already starting to make money. But the next thing that I feel like you do have to get really good at is the third step, is leverage your data. Okay. Because the data by itself is whatever. It only really becomes super powerful when you start to leverage the data. Okay. And this is literally, I'm about to give y'all just my secret sauce. I don't care. It is what it is. Right. So I hope y'all, like, seriously, like, this information right here, like, is going to blow your face off. Like, your face, like, I hope you don't like your face too much, because I'm about to blow it flat off your skull right now. Okay. So like,
this is about to take us to the millions. Let's go.
That's it right there. Cause look, when you, like, this is why I love Facebook ads so much. Okay. I'm going to show you guys right now the hack for finding brand new customers. Okay. Because what you want to do is, if you leverage your data properly, you can use Facebook to go out and find brand new customers that are proven by data to love the products that you sell already. Okay. This one strategy right here can change the game for y'all. Okay. How many of you guys, and I'll wait, but like, how many of you guys in this Zoom right now have heard of a lookalike audience?
I've heard of lookalike, and let's see if anybody else has too.
Okay. And if you haven't, I'm about to blow your mind, but even if you have, like, I want y'all to really, really wrap your mind around how crazy powerful this is. Okay. So let's just, like, give an example. Like, let's just say you are a clothing boutique, like, you sell clothes, right? A specific type of, like, clothing, right? And would you agree that your customers are a certain type of person, right? They are a certain demographic, they have certain characteristics, like your ideal customer have a certain, like, type of characteristic, and they are a certain kind of person. Would y'all agree with that?
I agree. And yeah, and I think a lot of people here are saying no, they do not have any idea.
No ideas. Okay.
Like audience. So yep.
All right.
So
All
you're
right.
speaking to us right now. We
All right.
appreciate it.
Bet. Hold your faces, okay? Because they're about to slip right off, slip right down on your shirt.
Let's
Okay,
go.
so your audience, right? Your audience is a certain type of person, and this is what's crazy. Facebook, y'all should write this down too. Facebook, I don't know if you guys know this. Facebook has 52,000 data points on every single person on Facebook,
Oh,
right?
wow.
52,000 data points. Okay. That's a lot of data points, dude. Like, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't even know 52 things about myself.
Much less 52,000?
52,000, dude. Like, it
every
knows
user on each user?
on every single profile. So when I tell you that Facebook knows more about you than you know about you, like, I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
Like, Facebook knows so much about you that it's terrifying, right? Like, a consumer standpoint, it's absolutely terrifying, right? But from a business standpoint, it's like absolute gold, right?
Yeah.
So now the reason why I'm telling you this is because if, say, for instance, you guys start running ads, like you definitely should be, and you start getting a bunch of people purchasing on your website, right? So there's this thing on Facebook called actually a custom audience. Okay, there's two audiences that you guys need to understand in order to use this strategy. Okay, the first one is called a custom audience, and the second one is called a lookalike audience. All right, the first thing is a custom audience. Now, what is a custom audience? It's very simple. A custom audience is a way for you to group people based off of different behaviors or actions that they've taken. Okay. So for instance, if you got a bunch of people coming to your website and they're adding things to cart, well, you can group all those people together and you can call that a add to cart custom audience. Pretty simple, right?
Right.
Same thing with a purchase, right? You can, so a bunch of people come to your website and they're purchasing things. You can group all those customers together and you can call them a purchase custom audience. Now, all those people who come into your website and they purchase from you, again, they are a certain type of person. They like certain things. They behave a certain kind of way, right? What you can actually do is you can take that purchase custom audience and you can plug it into Facebook. Okay. And then you can tell Facebook, you say, hey, Facebook, all right, I got all these people right here, these ideal customers. I want you to go out and find millions of other people just like these people, but different people. Okay. And when I say it's so crazy, like accurate, it's crazy, right? And that's what's called the lookalike audience, because there's people who look like your custom audience, right? And now you can start using these lookalike audiences as you're targeting, and you can start going out and finding brand new customers, literally all over the world, if you want to, that are proven by data to behave and be interested in the same exact things as your actual customers. Is that not crazy or what?
That's pretty amazing.
It's crazy, man.
That is like, that's a blueprint right there. That's the key right there. I hope we're catching this, y'all. Like, because I will tell you, Facebook ads has gone over my head, but I need to catch it, because here's the thing. Like, Stephen, I've grown a lot organically, and people will say, oh, you know, organic is great, but you can only get so far with organic, and you start to plateau, and really you plateau, and then you start to decline because you start losing the things that you got. Because here's the deal, y'all. When Facebook finds out that you're selling stuff, when YouTube finds out that you're actually selling stuff, but you're not paying for ads, like they can tell by the things that we're saying and the things that we're posting that we're actually making money. Then we don't have as much visibility to our audience that we once did, because they want us to pay for the services to get in front of their company. So I'm letting y'all know from experience, I did everything from the ground up organic, never paid for an ad, and it is way past prime to pay for ads because I'm not getting the reach that I once did, right?
Absolutely.
So it's time for me to learn the proper strategy. So
no, it definitely isn't. It's time for everybody to.
Here. Yeah, absolutely.
It's time for
everybody.
The
sooner you can do it, the better. I've gone 2.5 years with no ads. You think it's about time?
Oh, dude, it was time 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago, exactly. I didn't have the guidance. I didn't know where to go. And I had thrown some money at ads and the money just went, out the window. And I was like, well, let me stick to grinding on my YouTube and my lives, which worked, but it could have scaled exponentially at this point.
Yeah, I know. And that happens a lot, actually. People go and they have a bad experience with Facebook ads because they do them the wrong way. And what does that do? It leaves like a bad taste in your mouth about Facebook ads, right? Absolutely. So then again, when that happens, you don't want to run Facebook ads, and you got this belief in your mind, like, oh, Facebook ads don't work. Like that, it's a scam. Like it don't really work. But it's not true at all. Like Facebook ads most definitely work. You just need to know how to work them. Yeah. So, and just to kind of like riff off that point, you just like organic is great, right? If you guys can get some free traffic, like amazing, do that, right? But the fact of the matter is the way that these algorithms on Facebook and Instagram are set up. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but when you post something on your Instagram or Facebook, on average, about 2 to 3% of your audience actually sees the post.
Right.
Okay. So that means if you have 1,000 followers, you're lucky if you get like 20 or 30 people to see your post. Right.
Right.
So, and that's just, it is what it is, right? That's what it is. So if you want your ads or your products and services to get out there and actually be seen by more people, you got to pay to play, right? But if you do it the right way, you'll make turn back. You'll make your money back, dude. Trust me when I say that. Okay.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. You see how big my eyes are watching right now, because this is interesting to me. I love it. And let's see, Joy says, yes, this is amazing. We need to put our products and service to the right people. This is fire. So keep going. You're doing an amazing job. We appreciate it.
Cool, man. I appreciate y'all for taking the time. I know it's late, So I just appreciate entrepreneurs who are willing to stay up late and grind for their business, man. Like such a powerful community that you're building right now. I'm happy to be a part of it, man. Honestly.
Thank you.
So that's the first thing, when it comes to leveraging your data, you can leverage the data that you have in your pixel, and you can use that pixel data to go out and find millions of other customers all around the country that are like I said earlier, like, dude, there are so many people out there, because I get this a lot. Like people are just kind of like, they do a lot of local stuff, right? So they're like, they're selling to friends and family. They're selling like locally, and they're just like, man, like my friends don't support me. Like family's not like buying my stuff.
Right.
And I got to let them know, like, listen, your friends and your family are not your target audience.
That's it.
Right. So don't be surprised when they don't support your business. Don't be surprised when they don't buy your products, dude. The more important thing is you don't need your local community or your friends and family to buy your stuff, right? Literally millions and millions of people out there that would probably love your products or services if they just seen it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'll be honest with you. I live in a small city in Central Florida. Dude, I don't do no marketing in Central Florida. Like, I don't even think nobody even knows who I am in this whole city, right? Like, I'm just being transparent, right? Like, it is what it is. But I have clients in 17 different countries, like all over the place, right? It's a big world out there, guys. All you got to do is just put stuff out there, though, So don't worry about friends and family supporting you. Don't worry about your local community. If your local community is working and it is popping, then great. But if it's not, just know that you can expand. Like, you don't need to sell to the 15-mile radius around your shop or your house, right? Like, you can expand, right? And this is an amazing way to do it, right? And the other thing too with Facebook ads is like, dude, like, you know, if you want to expand around the country, like there's two ways you can do it, right? You can either hop in a van and just go drive around handing out business cards, right? Which is like, gas is too expensive to be doing that anyway.
Amen.
You know what I mean? And it ain't even safe out here, to be honest with you, out here driving around handing out business cards. Or you can literally sit behind your laptop and just push a couple buttons and reach millions of people. Like, which one do y'all want? Right. So
I'm gonna take the buttons. I'm gonna
take the buttons as well, man.
Nomad. I want to make money from anywhere. Look, matter of fact, I want to be rich from anywhere. Just like,
let's go.
Just like Instagram handle. Come on.
So this is the other thing that you want to do when you have the data. Now you want to invent this right here. Okay, the ultimate follow-up system. Okay, I want to start by saying, if you guys understand, you guys have ever heard of the term or the phrase, "the fortune is in the follow-up." It's the same exact thing when it comes to online. Okay. And how many of you guys in here have heard of the rule of 7? Just by curiosity, right? Type 1 in the chat if you guys have heard of it. Type 2 in the chat if you've never heard of the rule of 7. Okay. And I'll share it with you guys just in case. The rule of 7 is basically, it says this. It says it takes on average 7 touch points for a customer to finally make a buying decision with you. Okay. It takes on average 7 touch points for a customer to make a buying decision. So, and isn't it kind of funny that you see this all the time, right? You guys ever notice how like on video, like you hear the same freaking commercial like over and over and over again, right? Or even on TV, right? You see the same commercials like popping up over and over and over again. You guys ever notice that, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're not doing it just because they want to spend a bunch of money, right? They're doing that because they understand like human psychology, right? They understand that it takes on average 7 touch points. And honestly, in social media and like today's world, it might even take a little bit more than that because of all the crazy noise that we got, right? But you've got to hit people multiple times for it to actually register. And then on that 7th or 8th time, they're finally going to be like, all right, dude, all right, like, okay, like I've seen this brand everywhere. Like, what's going on with this brand? I got to check them out, right? The levee will eventually break if they're the right person, right? And it's funny. I've actually had people like say this to me on like sales calls. They've been seeing my brand and just getting all this follow up and all this stuff. And some people will mistake it for like a spiritual experience, right? Like they'll be like, "It's, oh my God, it's a sign from God." Like,
yep.
It's a sign from God. Like I've got to like buy this product, right?
Yeah.
Hey, and whatever they want to attribute it to, that's cool, right? But the fact of the matter is, when you have your pixel installed, you can now do something called retargeting. Okay. Retargeting, I'm going to tell y'all right now, retargeting is your most profitable form of advertising online, period, point blank. There is no discussion. Okay. Retargeting. How many of you guys have heard retargeting? Type yes or no in the chat. Just out of curiosity. It's very, very important. So, and I'll explain like why it's so important. And this will probably make sense for you. I don't know if you guys know this, but on a regular e-commerce website, right, a good conversion rate on a website is about 3%. Okay. That's a pretty solid conversion rate. Meaning if 100 people hit your website, your goal is to get 3 of those people to buy something. Okay. So that's a 3% conversion rate. And that's a good website, right?
Right.
But when you flip that and you invert that situation and you look at it the other way, well, that means that 97% of people who hit your website will leave without buying.
Right.
That's just, it is what it is, right? That's just the nature of online business. And we've done a lot of we've done a lot of research on this particular topic, and what we've realized is that people are not leaving. Most of the time, they're not leaving because they don't like your, right? They're not leaving because they don't want to buy your stuff. They're leaving because they got distracted by something, right? The baby started crying, or like the doorbell started ringing, like they had to go down to Lowe's and pick up something. Right? Like
they had too many tabs open, like me.
Too many tabs. You know what I mean? Whatever it might be. Like we live in a crazy, world, and that's the thing, right? Like now, like okay, I was on your site checking it out, and then the doorbell rang, and now I'm talking to this dude trying to sell me stuff for my grass, right? And then the next thing I know, dude, I live in such a fast-paced society now that I left your website, dude. I forgot I was even on the website to begin with, right? Tell me I'm lying.
No, you telling the truth.
Like, and now once you're off that website, now you're off and you're just like living your life. You completely forgot you were even on that website at all. So what that means is you just lost a potential customer,
right? Because
of distraction, and there's nothing you can do about that, right? But so you don't want to focus on what you can't control. You can't control people's distractions. It is what it is.
Right.
But what you can control is your ability to follow up with those people, right? So now imagine that same exact person who left your website later on down in the night, right? Now winding down, they're on the couch, they're chilling, having a glass of wine, they're scrolling through Facebook like people do, right? Like probably everybody on here is doing. And now imagine one of your ads pop up. Right. And one of your ads pop up right on their feed. Like, hey, what happened, man? You were looking at this product over here. Like, come back and get it. And now that person's like, oh yeah, that's right. I meant to go buy that. Like, let me go ahead and do that right now. Right.
Right.
So now, like, imagine that happening 24/7, 365, like literally at scale all the time, completely automated too, by the way. Because when you have Facebook ads, like retargeting ads set up, it's automated. Like it's always, you set it up, you let it run. And then you're sleeping and you're doing, like, that's when they say making money when you're sleeping, that's what they mean.
Yeah.
Because you set these ads up and you let them run. And then you go off and you go to bed. And when you wake up in the morning, you got sales. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's a new level of like energy. When you wake up and you already made like $300-400, right? That's when it's real fun out here.
Yeah.
So this is the ultimate follow-up system, guys. You've got to implement retargeting in your business. Okay. Anyone who's not like, and I got to say this like with like a lot of energy, because I want y'all to really understand this. If anyone who's not running retargeting ads right now, it's not up for debate. You're leaving probably thousands of dollars per month on the table. Period. And I don't care what you sell. I don't care where you live. I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care. Like, I don't care at all. Basic human psychology says that people need to be followed up with.
Right.
It is what it is. You don't have that system in place, even money on the table, and you're doing yourself and your family and your business period. Right? So these things right here, I'm telling you, these are our secret weapons, period. Right? Like, I need y'all to understand that when it comes to Facebook ads, you don't need to have a million different tricks. That's just the reality. All you need to do is understand some very, very basic principles and strategies, and you just need to do them very well. If you can do these things, like these few things very well, you can run it up and you will be ahead of like 95% of e-commerce businesses, or just businesses in general, who are not taking advantage of these strategies. Right. And this is what we're doing in our business right now. Like, this is what we're doing for our students. Like, it doesn't matter if they come to us and they're doing like $2,000 a month. Like, I had a lady named Cherie Wilson. She's actually on our website. Y'all can check her out. She recorded a whole video about it, but she came in, she was doing about $900 in sales in her store. We came in here, taught her our strategies. And then she just went in and she just started doing them herself. The funny part of it was like, we didn't even know it was even happening. Right. She just came through our program. We taught her, and then she kind of went off on her way, and we never heard from her again. Well, we didn't hear from her for like another 6 or 7 months. And she hit us back and she was like, dude, y'all ain't going to believe this, but like, you know, that those strategies that y'all gave me, like, I'm making over $25,000 a month now.
Let's go.
And then we're like, you know, we made a big deal out of it. It was like, oh, this is amazing. And then again, we just kind of parted ways, and we were just like, all right, peace, Cherie. And she came back another 6 months later. She's like, yo, y'all ain't going to believe this, but I'm making over $50,000 a month now. Same strategies that y'all taught me a year ago when I was making $900 a month. And she was a bartender at the time at this place up in Harlem. And she did not like her job very, like, when she first called me, she was like pretty frustrated with life. Right.
Right.
She moved out of Harlem, or out of like the city. And now she's in Vegas. And she's running her business full time, making over $50K a month, like, because she believed in herself and she took action, man. You know, so
yes,
these are the things. It's crazy. So anyway, I say that to say,
but just adding the ads and adding the strategy for the ads to her existing product that's probably great already, but it just wasn't in front of the right audience.
Exactly. Because I need y'all to understand, sometimes it's like the basic things that we need to really get through our head, right? The reality is that you guys can have the most amazing products and the most beautiful website and the most amazing personality and intentions in the world, right? But if nobody knows who you are, it doesn't really matter. If they don't see your products, it doesn't matter. Your products will collect dust until the end of time, right? If nobody sees your stuff. That's right. It. So you've got to get your stuff out there. Like, I would just be focusing on marketing, man. Get yourself, like, make yourself more findable. Like, and if you do these things, it's going to work for you. And this is our secret weapon. That's the reason why I'm sharing these stories, is because I want y'all to understand that it doesn't matter where you're coming from, right? It doesn't matter like where you're at right now. Like it doesn't mean anything at all. I had another lady named Lucretia. She's also on our website as well. She had been in business for 15 years. Okay, these are all true stories. I'm not making this stuff up. I know sometimes it feels like I'm making this stuff up. These are true stories. Lucretia came to me. She was in business for 15 years, but still making like $1,000 a month in sales. Still, right? She came into our program. I taught her how to do her stuff right. Now it's like 6 or 7 months later. She's now close to $10,000 a month in 6 months. But she had been in business for 15 years doing it her way.
Wow.
Dude, I know I'm telling these stories very quickly, but that's a long time, dude.
Right. Exactly.
Like, can you imagine running a business for 15 years and still making like $1,000 a month? You still working this job because you can't afford to leave your job. And then within months, you 10x that growth, right? And now she's like planning her exit from her 9-to-5 as we speak.
That's amazing. Good.
Y'all can do this, man. Y'all got this. Actually, everybody in the comments right now, type "I got this" in the comments. Like, I want y'all to feel that coming off your fingertips, like, because you got this.
Yes.
For real. Y'all got this.
I got this. I'm gonna tell myself this right now. I got this because this is what I've been needing to have got. And
absolutely.
And tonight I'm more certain. I'm certainly more certain. Yeah, they type it in the comments.
But here,
I got this. Ladies and hearts, let's go.
Let's go. So we just went over 3 really important things, but now I need to talk to y'all about the most important skill of all. Okay? All those things that I just told y'all a second ago mean completely nothing if you don't know how to do this right here. Taking action.
That hurts right there. Come on, give us the truth.
Come on. At the end of the day, I can give you guys everything that I got on a silver platter, but if you don't take action, it doesn't matter, right? Yeah. It doesn't matter. You've got to take action. You've got to, like, literally all those things that you have in your mind. This is what's really, really important for you guys to understand. All those dreams that you have in your mind right now, you're making a certain amount of money, you're quitting your job, you're providing for your family, you're investing back in your business, you're growing your team, right? Like, you're able to like provide like better life for your kids. You're able to like teach these skill sets to your kids so they don't have to like have such a crappy life like you did, right? Like you, like that dream, that life that you want so bad. Here's the reality. The reality is that life already exists. It already exists. It's just sitting there waiting for you to take action. That life is literally sitting there waiting for you to get serious.
That's it.
So how many of y'all right now, how long, I want y'all to ask yourself, like, how long are y'all going to let your dreams sit there wait for you? Take action, man. I told y'all before, the only thing that separates me from you or anyone who hasn't had the success that I've had is action. That's it. Like, because I know if I see something that I want, I just run after it like a wildebeest, like a wild animal. I'm running after it because I know if I get that information, I'm going to turn that information into $1 million.
That's it.
Period. So y'all have to have that same exact conviction and confidence in yourself as well and take action on this stuff, because if you do, your life will change. All right. So with that being said, who has some questions? I got a couple minutes. If y'all want to ask me some questions, you totally can. And I'm gonna go ahead and just, take this off real quick, and then I will stop sharing.
I know we had some questions early. I didn't want to interrupt the flow. First of all, I want us to make sure that we are this information, because like you have a full mentorship where I'm sure that you don't do one-on-ones, and if you do, then your consulting fee is extremely high. So we have the opportunity to have you here for an hour to get information. Like, this is our time to ask questions and to really be able to get value from this experience. So make sure that y'all tap it in and that you're really using this opportunity. Like you said, take action. This is our time to take action. I know some asked earlier if this was anything like doing Google ads, or if you have any experience.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. So you started to break up just a little bit.
Okay. So they were asking if there was a difference between, or if you have any experience Facebook ads versus Google ads.
Okay, got you. So we don't really do a whole lot of Google ads.
Mhm.
And the real reason why is from my perspective is just Google ads tend to be a little bit more expensive than Facebook
Mm,
ads because you just have like you have like behemoth companies, like cajillion-dollar companies like dumping cajillions of dollars in Google ads. And so they typically like the cost per acquisition tends to be a little bit more expensive from my experience, right?
mm,
Plus, the other reason why I prefer Facebook ads over Google ads is because of what I told you earlier about the sheer amount of data that Facebook has on their profiles, right?
mhm.
Facebook has so much data on, let me plug my computer in. Um, so much data on its profiles. And the reason why that's so powerful is because now their targeting is so powerful. So when you plug in targeting,
Mhm.
it's like you can pretty much bet your last dollar that it's gonna go after those types of people who are really interested in those for real.
Mm.
So that's why I kind of prefer Facebook ads myself. Good question though.
And I love that explanation. That was a great answer. So that we don't get overwhelmed and we're like, oh, YouTube ads, Facebook ads,
Right.
TikTok ads, like because we could throw money everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is that we need to learn our audience, grow our audience, so that we have that data, and then maybe you can take it, somewhere else and expand that. But like
Right.
essentially, like I said, with Facebook having so many data points and this being like over the course of years, it's
Mm-hmm.
not new to the game like TikTok, and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to maneuver like Google or even YouTube ads, because I know there's some complicated things with YouTube ads too.
Yeah.
But that's
Mm-hmm.
literally something that we use every day, y'all. Our Facebook group is how we grew this entire innate academy group. Like we grew this on Facebook, so we know the
Wow.
power of Facebook, we know the power of the data, and it's time to use that data to drive our sales.
Definitely. And here's the other cool thing to understand too is once you guys like really learn Facebook ads and you understand like the ads manager and you understand like the landscape and the terminology and how all this stuff works, when you got, because we're running a lot of TikTok ads right now too. We're testing a lot of TikTok ads. When
Mm.
you get into TikTok and you get into the TikTok ads manager, you're going to feel like you're in the Facebook ads manager, right? It's almost the
Oh,
same thing, right?
now
So
that's good to know, because I hear a lot of people being successful right now with the TikTok ads.
TikTok ads are dope. We're definitely getting more reach for our money with TikTok ads, but the
Mhm.
targeting and there's still some things that are getting tweaked out. Like, so we're still testing some stuff right now. But
Yeah.
again, how we told you there's a Facebook pixel. Well, TikTok has the TikTok pixel,
Hmm.
right? And they have a TikTok ads manager and there's a campaign, ad set, ad level. It's all the same exact. So once you understand that, or when you start to run TikTok ads so short because you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I already kind of know like 90% of this stuff, which is
Mm.
really, really powerful as well.
Well, I know y'all asking for the steps, but we didn't get the 25 shares, y'all. We only got 13 shares. So we need
13
12
shares.
more shares. We got to get 12 shares to get this, like, and this is a blessing. This is a gift that seems is like throwing at us. And I was like, well, 25 shares. We should be able to get 25 shares, but we didn't get our 25 shares. There are 51
Come on,
people
y'all.
watching right now. 51 people watching right now. We can at least have 12 more shares.
Come on
So if
now. Come on, guys. Hit that
we
little share button. Like,
come
because the reality is this information is very, very powerful. And honestly, just by y'all sharing this, y'all are blessing somebody else, and that's the truth too. Plus,
on.
and you're blessing yourself because you're gonna get some powerful information that we're gonna give you tonight. So that's
That's it.
double blessings.
And you're blessing your ideal clients because they are looking for your solution. They just don't know you exist yet. So here's the thing. Like I tell you, selling for us it's a privilege. We are offering an opportunity for others to solve their problems. So when we are
Mm-hmm.
able to get our solution in front of them, we're helping more people. Thus, we're having more impact. And then the world's a better place. So really and truly, we're all doing this for the greater good. Right.
Facts, man.
So the
Facts.
way we get this information out to people is going to help you make more impact. I'm
Yeah.
certainly looking forward to this because, like Stephen, I want you to know, like my goal for this upcoming year. So this year we're on track to do our very first 7 figures. Last year we did 420. This year we're right on. Like, and as a matter of fact, if I had you, like even just last month, I'm positive I wouldn't even be guessing whether we make it to 7 figures this year.
Let's
But it's
go.
definitely 100% increase. But I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make sure we hit that it just be a whole new milestone, right?
Yo,
And
I
no
already know
advert.
it. I already know it can happen, especially from somebody like yourself. We have somebody, I won't share their name right now. It's actually a pretty big brand, and she's actually in our mutual inner circle, by the way, who I've done some training with. And she came in and we had literally one session. Okay. We had one session and I implemented one strategy on her Shopify store. And we met 2 weeks later. And I was like, hey, how'd the strategy work? Like, how did it go? And she was like, dude, you're not going to believe this. Like that one strategy that you put on my Shopify store, it made me an extra $25,000 in 2 weeks. All right.
Hold on a second, Stephen. My thing froze, so I think you were talking, but I didn't hear you. I don't know if they heard you.
Okay.
So you said you had something similar, and then my thing just started spinning and freezing.
Okay.
I was like, no.
Can you hear me now, though?
Yeah, I can hear you perfect now.
Okay, cool. So we have a mutual person in our inner circle, right? That I've trained, and she did a session with me. And I went on her Shopify store and I implemented one strategy on her Shopify store. And then we kind of like, we just walked away, and then she met with me 2 weeks later. And I was like, yo, how did that strategy end up doing? She was like, dude, I made $25,000 from that one strategy that you put on my store. In 2 weeks.
Go.
And now, but that's 2 weeks. But that particular strategy that we implemented, it's going to continue to make her money every single week.
Yep.
Right. So let's say $25,000 2 weeks. That's 50 grand a month. That's $600,000 a year that I just added to her business by doing one. And it took us 1 hour to do it.
Let's go.
I need y'all all to understand that it has nothing to do with time. What does it have to do with, guys? Type it in the chat. It ain't time.
Word. It's not time. What's the word? What's the word?
So
come on.
So yeah, man. So it's super powerful. And I think the other reason why, we built up a pretty good community of people that rock with us pretty heavy. And I think the reason why is because truly down to our core, more than anything, is we're just like you. We really want to help people, like for real. Like, and I'm a Virgo too, so I'm a perfectionist. So everything that I do has to be like as best as it possibly can be. So I think that's another thing. But we like truly care. Like your success is our success, because remember, we're a mentorship company, right? We're not an agency. An agency, they get paid to just run your ads and keep you in the dark.
Exactly. That part I know.
So that's not us. We're a mentorship company. We get paid to empower you. Okay. And by the way, it only works for us if we can, like, our goal with every single student who comes through our doors is to get them more results than they've literally ever seen in their business ever, so that I can get them to go leave a raving testimonial on my website. I'm just being transparent with y'all. That's my goal every single time. Okay.
Yep.
But I can't do that unless they're getting amazing results. So it literally is, I am fully incentivized to give you every single thing that I have. Right. I am not incentivized to hold anything back from anyone. And that's the beautiful community that you want to be in, where everyone wins when you win. Right. Because with an agency, and I'm not trying to like bash agencies, because there are some good agencies out there, but the simple understanding is that an agency is not incentivized to teach you anything.
Absolutely.
Because because as soon as you start empowering yourself and understanding how to do this stuff, what you're really going to understand is that it's really not that difficult. And you're going to be like, yo, why am I paying this agency $5,000 a month when I can just learn how to do this myself?
Right. And you have much more, like you have more intuition about what's going on with the data. You have like more invested in it. So it, essentially your intent is there to grow the business, and primarily and solely, right? So whereas, an agency, they might tap into your data maybe once every, week, or maybe even once a month, just to check on things. And they don't necessarily have the background. They don't understand how your customer base truly works. They're only looking at the numbers. So when you're giving yourself that education, you're getting the best of both worlds. And then you can really make informed decisions.
100%. And to add to that, also is the simple fact that nobody cares about the success of your business like you do.
That's it.
Nobody does, right? So when you're actually empowered to do your own marketing, dude, ain't nobody going to put the time and effort to put like the marketing like you are going to do for your business, right? An agency is going to do like bare minimum at best, just enough so they don't get fired, right? And they're going to put out some mediocre stuff. And my understanding and my experience is people have horror stories with going back and forth with their agency because the words didn't match their tone. They didn't like you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the fact that no one's going to market your business like you will. So if you really empower yourself with the marketing information, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap. You already got this in the bag.
I'm ready to do this. Like I've been ready to do this. I've been putting it off. I don't know what we can do with the last like 22 days in this month, but I'm ready to rock and roll. Like I think we over here sleeping because we got 21 shares. We needed 25 shares, y'all. Y'all don't want this information. I told y'all, listen, if we want people to share with us, we have to be willing to share. Quit holding stuff back because all you're doing, you think that you're holding something for yourself, but what you're really doing is you're letting the world and the universe know that you have a limited mindset and that you fear that sharing something will improve somebody else's situation further than your own situation. And if I felt like that, let me tell y'all something. If I would have listened to everybody telling me, don't sell your Photoshop templates, it's taboo to give people your Photoshop files. You only give people PNGs. You only give people flat images because you want to keep them coming to you. I said, no, I don't. I want to empower people. I want to give people the tools that I want to create tools to give to people. I didn't just give y'all the tools. I didn't just tell y'all, hey, I'm using Photoshop. I gave you my actual files, my source files. This is taboo in the graphic world. I hope y'all know that. But I understood the power of really impacting people and giving you tools that would increase your confidence in what it is that you do. And now y'all are out there rocking Photoshop. I promise you, we have more people that have learned Photoshop through this program than any college or university. And I would put that to the test. I would put money on that. Y'all know I don't bet.
Let's go.
More people through this program than any university can graduate in a year with Photoshop and graphic design. You all have done that. And that's only because of the willingness to share information.
Yes.
And here's the thing, like in this industry, we're always concerned about somebody else getting what's ours, and that's not how it goes.
No, it doesn't, man. And in all honesty, if you're not sharing because of that right there, then what that proves is that you have a scarcity mindset, right?
Yes. We got to get like abundance mindset. Oh, now y'all got 26 shares. See how this is what I have to do. Every single time, Steven, every time I preach a little bit, then all of a sudden they get what they want. I'm getting tired of this. I'm going to start giving y'all time limits. But you know what? All it does every single time is it shows you that you can do what you want to do. And it takes the action to get it done. Yes. See, look, now JLC Custom Creation, you want to tell me it's 25. Look, y'all ready to tell me it's 25.
Right. That's hilarious, yo. That is hilarious.
Y'all know I love y'all.
All right, cool.
How we gonna do this
thing? Where do I drop it? In the chat?
Yeah, go ahead and drop it in the chat there.
All right, guys. So just to let y'all know what this is, right? So we've went over the idea that Facebook ads is like something that you definitely need to do, right? We all know that. So now it's like, okay, how do I get started, right? So you need to like understand how to set up your pixel the right way. You need to understand how to set up your Facebook business manager and your ad account and structure everything. Because I'm telling you guys right now, if you try to go and run Facebook ads and your foundation is not set up properly, it's literally like building a house on top of a crappy slab, right? That house is going to fall apart and kill everybody inside, and it's not going to be a good look, right? So you need to make sure that your Facebook ads foundation is set up properly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you our 7-step blueprint to set your ads the right way. We're going to literally walk you step by step, all 7 steps that you need to do. And by the end of these 7 steps, you're going to be set up and ready to launch ads like the right way. Okay. So what I'm going to do is
worth it just sharing a little bit, just hitting the button one time.
Come on.
So yeah, did you put it in the chat?
I'm actually going to put it in there right
Okay.
now,
Perfect.
All right. So I just dropped that in there. It's called the 7-step blueprint. It's 100% free. You click on it, download it, boom, and you're in the building, guys. So I hope this was valuable for everybody, you know. Okay, cool. Everybody's got it. Awesome. JLC said we got 29 shares now.
Now y'all want to show out. But
out.
You know what? Listen, it's not too late. Just like it's not too late after almost 3 years of not running ads. It's not too late for me to run ads because listen, if this year I could do 7 figures without the ads, next year I'm gonna do 5. I'm gonna do 5 million. I'm gonna do 8 figures next year. Come on.
I mean, what's the difference?
And I say
right?
I, but it is us. It's we. It's we. Y'all in it too.
What's the difference, right? 7 figures, 8 figures ain't no different.
That's it. Let's go. So the information is changing situation. So give us a little bit like where we can find you, where we can tap into more of your information. I hear you have a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah,
So where we can find you.
absolutely, guys. It's pretty much rich from anywhere. Anywhere basically. Like you go to IG, TikTok, right here on YouTube as well. Just type in "rich from anywhere."
Rich from your and it's right there on the screen, y'all too. So definitely
Yep.
check that out.
Check us out. You can also go to richfromanywhere.com if y'all want to go and kind of search through us and look at some case studies. We got a bunch of testimonials all over our YouTube channel, a bunch of information on there. Y'all can definitely hit us up, if you got questions or y'all are interested in joining the mentorship program, whatever you got, like we're here for you, man.
And Stephen, you may have to send the link to me and I may have to email it to everybody. We have an email list of 4,000 people. So
Okay.
if you send it to me, I can send it to all of them in the email, follow up with the Facebook, and I can send them I can send them the YouTube video that we did today so they can watch the video and see what it goes with. But
Absolutely.
definitely just email that to me. So y'all listen, check your emails, make sure you check your spam, check your promo, because we have a pretty good and I would like to get your input on this. We have a pretty good open rate and click rate of most of our emails and stuff. So I would I know you do email marketing as well. So y'all listen, Stephen is a marketing genius. And when I say genius in the respect, like some people think you just have to be born with information. I believe a genius is someone who applies information. This is a big deal for me because I don't care what someone says. And I know you said that you might not be the smartest. I believe you are because you apply the information. Because a smart person, a genius, I'll say this, a smart person can learn anything or have an aptitude for something. A genius is going to apply something and get results. Right?
Well, I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week.
You are a genius. You are a marketing genius, and I'll give you that all day. And I love genius when I love seeing people work in their mode of genius. And this is what we're all doing this for. This is why we want to exit our 9 to 5. This is why we don't want to be doing all the manual labor. Listen, this is one of those automations. Remember, we talked about the 3 things we need: automation, delegation, and optimization. Automation is going to help you scale your business, right?
Nice.
And then you're optimizing with ads, because what happens is you see your audience and you get to optimize how you're reaching them and who you want to pick out and not target to anymore. And you get more zoned in. And then you can duplicate that over and over again with different systems.
Man, I love that.
You
teaching them the good stuff. You teaching them the right stuff.
I know and this is the thing. So I'm smart in this area, but I'm not a genius yet in this area, Stephen, because I'm not applying what I know. I'm not applying what I know.
Yeah. That's actually a really brilliant definition of the word genius. I really like that a lot because I agree. How many of us know like those really, really smart people that just like super high IQ, but they're just not living the life that they really could, man, just because they're not taking action on it,
right.
And it's like, I would encourage everyone listening, even watching the replay, dude, just like bet on yourself, man. Like you're worth it. Your family's worth it. You got to take action on this stuff. And what the beautiful thing is, you don't have to have all the steps like perfectly planned out, right? Mm-hmm. Just imperfect action always trumps perfect procrastination.
Ooh, baby, wait. I love that. I've heard it one way. I've never heard it that way before. You said imperfect action trumps
perfect procrastination.
Perfect procrastination. Boy, some of us are some good old perfect procrastinators.
Yep. Perfect at it, right? Like they're super good at it, right? Like, so you just got to start taking action. And what's amazing is, and if you haven't experienced this yet, like you will, when you start taking action, the steps just start laying themselves out for you. The steps start revealing themselves as you go, right? Mm-hmm. So if you feel like you're scared of taking the first step because you don't know the whole path, well, welcome to the club. Nobody does, right? You just got to move. And when you move, I was like, oh, there's another step. Oh, there's another step. There's another step. And then the next thing you look back and you're like, oh man, I went a long way.
Man, so let me ask you this, Stephen. I don't know, I'm asking you this live, so that might be a little something. When we do our next challenge, would you be willing to come in on a day and do something with us?
Absolutely.
I think, listen, if you all would like to see that, say something in the chat. Give us some kind of indication that y'all would like to see that on the next challenge. Because the next challenge, we're doing a Shopify challenge again, y'all. This would go perfect with a Shopify challenge.
Yes.
You being able to install your pixel and stuff. And here's the thing, like you have a whole mentorship dedicated to really educating people in this area. So you can get deep into this and really like make this one of your main strategies. And I think it should be one of your main strategies for growing your business. So you have the skill set that you're growing, but this is one of those tool sets that you need. Like, so you might be growing, and it's a skill set and a tool set, both.
Facts. Yeah. And Shopify is what we've been using too. I have about 8 years experience with Shopify. So I've been using Shopify for a very long time. Like our entire mentorship program is really kind of designed off the backs of Shopify and Facebook and how those two work together. So that would make total sense. And I'd love to do it. Absolutely. You already know the deal. Come on.
Let's go. Okay. Well, we're talking about January because they're talking about they want to start a new year off right.
Yes.
And I said, we'll get into January. We have some things that are kicking off on our Facebook, on our Shopify, where we're going to be allowing them to license some of the designs and like basically become a whole community. So we're developing this app. And within this app is basically people will be able to sell designs. They'll be able to co-op and basically produce products like t-shirts, tumblers, pillows, all across the world, not just the US. So we're going to be sharing that as a major big store. Then they'll break it down and they'll have their fulfillment centers. So this is something that's never, ever, ever been done before. We're going to do it like nobody can do it besides us. And this would be phenomenal to implement into our individual stores and our co-op store.
And you know, that gives me the idea too. And I'm gonna say this live too. Like, I think it would be really dope if you came into my inner circle and dropped some gems.
Yes, let's go.
You know what I mean? Like, I think you came in and did like a dope little masterclass on what you do inside my inner circle. I think they would really, really get some value from that.
Likewise, and you know, my inner circle would love to have you. Love it.
Cool.
As a matter of fact, that's one of the most requested things when they ask. Like, I do a free mentorship every Sunday. Some people call them webinars, but I actually do like live mentorship. And I always ask what the biggest problems are, and either it's one or two, and it's always marketing. Like, how do I get in front of the right customers? Because most people ask the question, well, how do I get in front of customers? I'm like, well, the question is, how do you get in front of your ideal audience? Because that's who already wants to buy. They're already hot for what you have. They just don't know that you have it.
Facts. Ooh,
I like that. I know you have the sauce, and I'm really wanting to work with you personally. So I'm loving this opportunity we have. And just so you all know that Steve and I are in a mentorship together where our mentorship is that one alone is $155,000. 100, and that's not including, because I'm sure just like me, Stephen, I'm sure I have at least 4 mentorships that I've paid for over the course of this year. Like whether it's a $3,500 one, I have a $55K one, a $155K one, another one I paid $25K for, because I'm here to learn and I'm here to really scale the business. But if you ask, well, what's the difference between the year where you did, $200K and a year where you're doing almost 7 figures? Like, that's the difference, the education.
That's it.
You're investing. And if I invest, my profits right now are completely going into me growing as fast can grow and as knowledgeable as I can grow in the shortest period of time. Because for me, data is the most the most valuable thing we can have, but my time is more valuable than the money that I have to make more. That's it.
And then just from right now, in this time right now, it's at the end of the year. So like, I'm literally just dumping money into my business because it's tax write-off. Right.
There it is.
If y'all are smart business owners, y'all need to be investing in your business now before the end of the year, so you can write it off and get a portion of it back at the end of the year. These are what all successful people are doing right now. So if you want to be,
go ahead and open up the challenge for them to go ahead and invest in that, or do the mentorship
with 100%, right? Because now after that, like, then they got to wait a whole entire year to write that off, right? So that's what successful people are doing, guys. And if you guys want to be successful, you have to understand success leaves clues.
That's it.
So if you want to be successful, do what successful people do. If you want to be broke, do what broke people do, right?
Love it.
It's really simple. You know what I mean? But so the mentorship we're in a really incredible mentorship program. I'm in a couple of other ones as well. And I think it's education. Obviously, it's empowerment, it's information, but it's also proximity.
That's it.
Right? It's proximity to be around people doing the things that we want to do, right? I'll tell you right this. If you guys want the hack to success, this is the hack to success. And I don't care what you do. This is the hack. Find people who already are doing what it is that you want to do, pay whatever they ask, and then do whatever they say.
That's it. That's it.
If you guys do that, there's no way you can fail. You can't. Like, you can't, because again, a really good mentor is going to show you the actual proven steps that have actually worked. And if you apply them to your life, they will work for you too, because they're principles, right? They're principles, just like physics, like science, right? Like gravity. Gravity. Have y'all ever been in a state where gravity just wasn't working that day?
Not that day.
Right?
Every day. Like, every moment, yep.
It's always working, right? Because it's a principle. It's a science, right? It's the same thing with these strategies that Shannon is teaching, that I'm teaching. They're principles, right? They work every single time if you just do it, right? So if you just do these things, like, you guys are going to be good, man. You guys are going to be good. But it starts with believing in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, then you won't take the action that you need to take. So you guys really got to believe in yourself, man.
That's it. That's it. And I say the same thing. So the proximity changes possibilities into probabilities, because you're not just going to possibly make this happen. You're probably, the probability of you making it happen goes up exponentially, just because you know someone who is doing it or who has done it, and they're literally showing you the steps. Now the only thing that could really affect that probability is you and your action or your lack of action. That's what it really boils down to. But once you get in the room, once you have the information, like Stephen said, you can't forget that stuff. You can't unstretch your mind once you've actually seen this information, once you've seen what you could do with it. So
absolutely not.
Yeah, and we'll send you all an email. I'm going to send it to the entire email list along with the video from tonight, so that you'll have the link that you can replay. You can watch this replay, y'all. You can watch the replay. You'll have the link for that, and I hope you all take action on it. We will have a follow-up very soon. So I would love to see you in the inner circle. I'm ready and willing to do your inner circle as well. I think this will be so much fun.
I think so too.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see if we can get this as part of a joint challenge or something. I would love to see this like on a mass scale. Like,
I'm just saying, like, I think the synergy is there. I think it makes sense. I think your clients like need what I have, and I think my clients need what you have too. You know, absolutely. So I think that's super dope, man. And I appreciate you having me on, and everybody. You know, I appreciate y'all. You know, rocking with us. And taking your time out. I know it's getting late. It's 9:30, and y'all are on here like learning and grinding in your business, man. Like that's commendable. And people like us in here, people like us on this Zoom right now, we're the people who take things to the next level. We're the people who win, right? And those people out there that are watching Netflix, right? Those people they ain't going to be on the level that we're at, right? Like, you don't need to be watching Netflix. Like, our mentor says, if you ain't making $100K a month, you don't deserve to watch Netflix. Hey. If you're making less than $100,000 a month right now, you haven't earned the right to watch Hulu.
Okay? Y'all hear that? And that's why I don't. That's why I'm staying on here. I watch podcasts. I listen to my audiobooks. Like, increasing my education at a greater rate than what I can even sell. Like, I'm literally learning more than I can sell any given day. So that means I always have something ready to improve, right? So that's 100%. Where we are. I hope y'all are ready to improve too. These 7 steps that will be in the email link. I'm going to send it to the same email list. Like I said, we have almost 4,000 on the email list. So make sure you have your toggle on to where you get the emails, and then check your spam and your promo folders, because I don't want anybody saying they didn't get it, because I'm sending it to everybody, even the people that did not come tonight. I'm going to make sure you get this information, because I know this is important information.
For sure. All right. Well, I appreciate you, man. It was a blast, man. We gotta definitely do this again.
We gotta come back and do this again. So, like I always end things, and I say that we appreciate you and we love you dearly. And until next time, bye.
Peace. See
you later, love. Y'all check out Rich from Anywhere on all platforms.
Let's go.
Good night.
Peace, y'all.